Let us take the first theorem in this chapter, circle. It states that a perpendicular drawn from the center of a circle on its chord bisects the chord. Okay, so here you see that there is a circle. The center of the circle is O. There is a chord here named AB. Okay, what have we to prove? A perpendicular drawn from the center of the circle. The center of the circle is O. The perpendicular drawn is OP. So we have to prove that that perpendicular bisects the chord. That is, OP bisects this chord AP. What is the meaning of bisecting? It divides chord AP into two equal parts. That is, segment AP has to be congruent to segment PP. So what is given? Segment AB is we know that this is the chord of the circle. So we write is a chord of a circle with the center of the circle is O. So we write O. Segment OP perpendicular to, it is perpendicular to this chord AB. So I write here perpendicular to chord AB. What have we to prove? That this perpendicular drawn from the center of the circle on the chord bisects the chord. Bisects means it divides it into two equal parts. That is, segment AP should be congruent to segment PP. So to prove segment AP is congruent to segment BP. Now we have a construction to do what is done in dotted lines, that is joining segment OA and segment OB. So join segment OA and segment OB. Now we look at the two triangles formed here, triangle OPA and triangle OPB. Already they said that this is the perpendicular drawn from the center of the circle. So that means angle OPA is congruent to angle OPB. Why? Because both of them are 90 degrees. So I write here angle OPA congruent to angle OPB equal to 90 degrees. It was given to us, so we write here given. It is given. Then further, you see here that this side, this side segment OP, it is common to triangle OPA as well as triangle OPB. So I can write segment OP congruent to segment OP, that is common side. Now you notice here it is a right angled triangle. So if I prove the hypotenuse and one side is congruent, then we can see that the two triangles are congruent. We finished saying that one side is congruent. What about the hypotenuse? The hypotenuse in triangle OPA is side OA, that is opposite to the right angle, and the hypotenuse in triangle OPB is side OB opposite to the right angle. So hypotenuse OA is congruent to hypotenuse OB. But how do I know that they are congruent? If you notice that they not only form the hypotenuse here, these lines or segments also form the radius of the circle. That is OA and OB, they form the radius of this circle. So radius of the same circle are congruent to each other. So I can write hypotenuse OA is congruent to hypotenuse OB. The reason is they are radii. Why radii? Because more than one radius is called radii. Radii of the same circle. So once I say the hypotenuse a pair of hypotenuse in two right angle triangles and a pair of sides in two right angle triangles are congruent to each other, then we can say that those two right angled triangles are congruent to each other. That is, therefore, triangle OPA is congruent to triangle OPB. By which test is this now? By hypotenuse side test. So I write here by hypotenuse side test. Now, what had we to prove? We had to prove that that perpendicular which is drawn from the center of the circle, it bisects the chord. That means segment AP congruent to segment BP, and segment AP and segment BP are now congruent sides of corresponding sides of congruent triangles. Therefore, now I can write segment AP congruent to segment BP, that is by CSCT, which is corresponding sides of congruent triangle. So we have proved that segment AP congruent to segment BP, which had to be proved.